I have been consuming content from those in their 50s and 60s, and I've realized that those who are living happily, they are the ones that made the crucial changes in their 40s. I'm going to be dumping everything I learned in this video. They call it midlife crisis, but what if it's actually midlife magic? Well, what if this phase of life, what if our 40s is not about losing ourselves, but about finally becoming who we are meant to be? You're supposed to reinvent yourself, rediscover yourself, and find out what life is all about. Anyway, your 40s are not meant to be a breakdown, but they're actually supposed to be a breakthrough. And in this video, we're going to be talking about how to turn this moment into the upgrade your life has been waiting for. I have been consuming content from those in their 50s and 60s, and I've realized that those who are living happily, they are the ones that made the crucial changes in their 40s. I'm in my 40s. I'm here trying to encourage people in my generation to dream big, live a fulfilled life, and document their journeys on YouTube so that they can make money and live a more prosperous life in retirement. Now, midlife is painted usually as a time of crisis. You often hear a lot of people saying that they're going through midlife crisis and they take one thing or the other, one vocation or the other. When people, this decade is when people panic about aging. It is when they make drastic changes that they haven't quite thought through, and they feel stuck in life, in work, in love, in marriage, in relationships, whatever it is. But the truth is that, from my perspective anyway, midlife is just a transition to get us into our 50s and 60s and the years beyond. Now, I believe that our 40s is a moment that we get to realize, to reassess, to realign our values, and to redefine who we actually are. Now, it sounds simple, but I see it as an opportunity, not an ending. And I'm not going to wait for a crisis to fall upon me and experience it, because there is just no opportunity for that to happen. Why does it feel like midlife is a crisis? Psychologically, midlife is when people experience the U curve of happiness. Now, it's when the curve of happiness turns upside down. Studies have shown that happiness dips in the 40s and then it rises again in the later years. Why? That's because it is when you start to question everything that you know. The school you went to, the job you're now working in, the way you've been brought up, your values, the way you're raising your children, the area you're living in, the amount of money you're earning, your place in society. In your 40s is when you start to question it. Now, it's also the time when you start to ask the deeper questions of yourself. Am I what I want to be? Am I where I want to be? Did I waste my life? Did I waste my time? Is this all that life is supposed to be? But the secret I've come to realize is that these questions are not a sign of failure. No, if you're actually asking yourself those questions, they're pretty helpful. They are an invitation for you to grow, for you to think. They are a chance for you to upgrade your life. Now, I'm very early in my 40s journey, but the knowledge that I am taking from those over the age of 50 has been invaluable to me. So I'm sharing them with you as well. One lesson I've learned is that there is a need for mindset shift in our 40s. We need to shift our minds from it being crisis to being magic. Unless you can sort of program your mind to see it that way, it's not going to happen. And yes, maybe you call it manifesting, maybe. But I see it as rewiring my mind, rewiring my brain, that my 40s is going to be my defining decade. That will bring me so much happiness because I get an opportunity, maybe a second chance to realign my values, redefine my values, reassess my values. If there are values I still want to drop or take on, this decade is the decade I get to do that. Now, a midlife crisis tends to happen when you resist change. Midlife magic happens when you embrace it. Now, the key is to stop looking at what you've lost. You want to start focusing on what you are gaining, what you already have. A bit of that is the spirit of gratitude. What do I have? And therefore, what I have now, am I grateful for it? So that I can invite abundance into my life. So more self-awareness, you know what you want and what you don't. In your 40s, you gain more confidence because you've been through enough to trust yourself on what you would do, actions you would take when different scenarios tend to come up. In your 40s is also when we get more freedom, the freedom to think, the freedom of the knowledge that we no longer need to prove anything to anyone, to society, to parents, to your co-workers, to your line managers, because we now embody ourselves. It is the decade, if it hasn't happened yet for you, it will. Between 40 and 49 or 50, it will happen to you. Your thinking will start to change, and that is when you need to take control of your time. You need to rewrite your story. Now is not the time to start to continue to tell the story of a victim. The time when you could claim victimhood has gone. Your 40s is a defining decade in order to have a much better life ahead. Now, part of this mindset shift is also upgrading your health. Your body is changing. My body is changing. The body I had in my 30s, it's not the same. Now, I feel that before I used to be able to do so many squats. Now, I'm counting 30 and I'm panting. That's how I know my body is changing. I'm running for the bus, and by the time I run 2-3 minutes, your girl is trying to catch a breath. It's not great. It really is not great. So this decade is the decade we get to upgrade our health. It's the decade when our body is changing, but it doesn't mean that we're powerless. It just means that we need to gather a lot of information and, what's the word I'm looking for? The information that we gather, we need to act on them. Yes, we need to take our health seriously. We need to take small, consistent habits to create a massive transformation, because the habits that we pick up in our 40s is going to take us into our 50s and our 60s. So we want to prioritize movement. We want to stretch. We want to walk. We want to start lifting weights. Research continues to show that now is the decade when we start to lose body mass. Now we start to lose muscles. And these muscles are so very important to us to carry us into the decades that are coming up. We want to start fueling our body with real food. You can't be eating McDonald's every single day for lunch. It's not the same as when you were in your 30s. You also want to manage your stress very much in your 40s. Now, I don't give energy to what doesn't pay me or what doesn't bring benefits to me anymore. I choose what I give my energy to and what I don't. If it doesn't bring me happiness, it doesn't deserve my energy. I also want to sleep, and now I sleep like it's my job. Once I'm asleep, it's almost as if one is dead, without me calling the sentence to myself, but that is what it is. I sleep now, and I don't compromise on the hours of sleep I get, because I put my body through a lot during the day. So I'm not about to discount the amount of sleep that I'm getting. But also, we want to start upgrading our mindset. In our 40s is when we get to do this. This is not the time when we can relax. This is the time to fire up that curiosity and learn. Start to pick up new skills, because our thoughts would shape our reality. What you think now is what is going to come up in the next few weeks or months or years to come. So if you believe that midlife is a decline, it will be for you. But if you believe that it's going to be a magical decade, then you're going to experience it. I believe that my 40s is going to be one of the most fantastic decade yet for me. And there is nothing that can change that. So if you see it as an evolution, you unlock new possibilities from it. Those in their 50s that are living happily have proven what I'm saying. This is me downloading their advice for us to start sharing and talking about. But also, we want to start letting go of the past. People who have offended you in the past, you have to let go, forgive, let go, forget, and move on with your life. You need to stop comparing yourself. I stop comparing myself to the next person, because I believe that my journey in life is unique to me. It's nobody else's, not my sisters, not my mothers, not my siblings, no, not my friends. We're only friends because, yes, our values align, but other than that, our journeys in life are so different, and you want to start I'm staying curious. Learning something new keeps your brain sharp and your spirit alive. Once I started YouTube, I felt, wow, there is so much to learn. I can talk, I can speak. I'm learning to use it to upgrade my speaking, but also you want to start upgrading your purpose. So many people feel lost in midlife because they've spent decades just putting other people first. It could be kids, it could be career, it could be family, it could be responsibilities. Now is the time to ask, what do I want? What do you want? You want to try new things. You want to try a new hobby, a new skill, a new passion. You want to start pursuing dreams that you probably lost, or even drawing up new dreams for yourself. You want to find meaning in the small moments of the day. Find joy in the little things. But also, this decade is the decade to upgrade your relationship. You want to let go of toxic connections. If there are friends that no longer serve you or give you joy, it's time to say bye-bye. If you're not down for going out on Saturday night, nobody should be forcing you or making you feel guilty for not coming out. It's your body, it's your responsibility to make that decision. You want to start creating new friendships, create new connections, create new community, and then there's upgrading our finances. Our 40s is the time to do it. In addition to upgrading our finances is decluttering. You want to let go of those jeans, you know you're not going to wear them. Why are they taking up space in your wardrobe? Don't you keep buying and buying and buying? Where are you going? If you haven't got parties to go to, don't buy a dress for your alter ego if she's not coming out anytime soon. So those are ways in which maybe we can cut down our spending, because our 40s is the time we should really be maximizing our financial mindset and learning as much as we possibly can. And our midlife is not the end. I am not about to let midlife crisis take over my life. This decade is going to be one of the most beautiful decades of my life, because I'm chosen to upgrade on different aspects of life. So the choice is yours, basically. You can spend time on mourning what's lost or celebrating what's to be and what's ahead. And I hope that this video is going to help you. If there is just one upgrade you can take out of it, which one is it? You just need to decide. And if this video resonated with you, I hope you will leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know which part of it resonates with you. But these are my thoughts from watching people in their 50s and 60s and seeing the changes they made in their 40s to have a better life. I'll see you in my next video.